Hello everybody, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video, leave a comment, check out our website at avexa.com. In this video, I'm going to go over how to create a web application using Flask, which is a module in Python. Okay, so let's get started. The first step is importing Flask. From Flask, import Flask. From Flask, import couple of different modules that we won't use all of them, but in the future you probably will have to use them. Request, session, and abort. Okay. I'm going to save my file as a Python file, and I'm going to simply save it on my desktop. The next step is creating an instance of Flask. So let's call it app, and we'll just call name. Okay. Now we've got that set up, I want to quickly turn over to the HTML side of this, because you're going to have Python files working with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So we'll have to set that up. So let's create an HTML file with a very simple structure. HTML, I mean very simple. Just create the body and the HTML portion. The world, exclamation points. Let's go ahead and save that as an HTML file, and we'll call it new.html. Save it on my desktop. The next thing to note is that Flask looks in very specific folders for different HTML files, JavaScript, CSS, and Python files. So it has a specific structure. So before we go ahead and get started on actually creating the application, let's make sure that the structure fits. We'll put the new in this new folder that I created in a new Python application. We'll go to that folder. Now you have the Python and the HTML folder in the same path. That doesn't actually work in Flask. You're going to have to create a separate folder called templates. This is where you put your HTML files. So we'll copy this and put it in here. There's another folder that you're going to have to call static, which holds all this JavaScript and CSS. Your Python file actually stays on the level below all these different files. So this is just the structure that Flask looks for. It looks for HTML files in the templates folder and JavaScript, CSS files in the static file. So now that we have that structure in place, let's get started. Okay, I'm going to go to my application file, and I am simply going to, on the base route it to this function. So this is what's happening here. When the base path, which is simply backslash, is called, we're going to be running this function, and we'll just call it home, which is the base path, and we'll return the template that we just created, the HTML template. And we'll call that new HTML. The last thing that we have to do to actually get that up and running on our local host is we get the application to run. And this is just if you have multiple files, you don't accidentally import and automatically run your script. Run. Save that. And okay, now when we run that, and we go to the local host on the port 5000, you can see it throws up the hello world that we specified in the body of the HTML template. See, hello world. Okay, so now we know how to open up the HTML document. In the next video, I'll show you how to pass variables through into the HTML template that you created. Thanks for watching.